Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to DBDLeague and another Scrim Nights, scouting new participants for potentially the All Hallows League 2024. You never know. Archon and Error404 are playing today. Let's hope that no one has a 404 error tonight. Also, a quick disclaimer, it's not Archon from 2020. It's not the good old legendary team from back there. It's a new team that is rising up. With me tonight is me and myself, because Savannah is currently moving her PC inside of the house, because 5 minutes before we were going live, we realized that there are connection issues, so she has to go a little bit further towards the router to ensure LAN connection. So right now it's just going to be me. Problem is that my dad announced calling me in a few minutes, and you cannot ditch your parents. I also don't want to ditch them. So if we are sitting on awkward silence tonight because I'm already called by my parents and Savannah is still moving her PC, then deal with the awkward silence, please. Don't run away. We will be right back. Let's see how we are organizing this in the background. We definitely appreciate that all of you are coming here today. Nero, our wonderful artist, responsible, for example, for the Cold Tower Records Yard and Suffocation Pit video, is now also bursting a subscription out here. Thank you so much for that support. All cheers, subscriptions, donations are going into either the production or the upcoming tournament prize pool. Obviously, more into the tournament prize pool because production is a smaller part. Purpose of the community night is getting used to some new teams. It is one thing if we see the registration form and if we are going to see, okay, you're writing nice things about you, you seem to be a nice group of people, or if we have actually seen a team play before. And it's not only about how they are playing on different killers, it's also about who's going, how are they setting up the lobby, how quick are they in communicating, are the perks, even though we are not handing out penalties in community nights, we can still see, are they according to the balance, and anything like that. For the sets, they are pinned, but if anyone can't see them, we have the Billy. The second set is unknown. No, we know it's the unknown. The Nurse, the Demogorgon, and the Wraith. So a very nice mix in this best of 5. Wraith becomes very popular in these Scrim Nights. That's something I started to notice. Also, we have the players in the lobby already, so let's load into the first match. Everyday Pizza, Fat Panda, Mr. Next Time, and Nova. I do think I recognize Nova from Team Archon, if I'm not mistaken. I think we had some nice conversations before. Not entirely sure if that's the same Nova, but Archon on the survivor side first, and Error404 is on the killer side. And if I'm not mistaken, our house renovating, computer moving Anderson, Savannah, has just joined the voice call and should be ready to talk to you all.
Am I?
Are you?
I think I am. What's going on? I can see Katri again talking about Shinken. So I feel like everything is on a place here. I'm sorry guys for a delay. I had a problem. My PC is, okay, I'm just quickly explain it. My PC is located in my room, and it's not the same room as where my modem in, where my Wi-Fi, and so I had to move my entire PC to another room just to task for you tonight without any lag, packet losses, etc. So now I'm here, we're already in the game, we're already in the chat, really sad, really is an S-tier killer, so I feel like survivors are gonna make sure as long run as they can before all of the resources are going down on the map. Here we have the first down. Nova is getting already hooked. In the meantime, we can hear 2 totems being popped in the distance, and 1 survivor is on the gen. So we're having 1 survivor on the hook and no gen pressure just yet, though the totems have been eliminated. So Direwolf, what does it tell us about?
First of all, it tells us about Nero and Emily110720 that they are great supporters because their subs just triggered a choo-choo. Thank you so much for a choo-choo support for the All Hollows League coming up. And about the first moments in this game, it's telling us that Fallen is coming out very aggressive here. Everyday Pizza being on the floor. We do have the slug going on, so our confident killer is trying to go instantly for more pressure, and Mr. Next Time is going onto the floor as well, leaving an injured Nova and a Fat Panda. But unfortunately, Fat Panda so far manages to go on a pretty good run away from the killer here and not taking too much just yet. We are finding injured
and
Nova.
Not Fat It's Fat Panda, it's not Fat Panda.
I'm translating it to English already for everyone. So we are an inclusive stream, so we are using English only. So it's a Fat Panda right there. That's going to be now a lot of slug action going on. Nova on the second hook already. Mr. Next Time still on the floor. Survivor team recovering a little bit, but the to-do list is definitely pretty long here.
That's 100% right. I just wanted to read out the comment on streams we have quickly. Hey guys, I want to thanks for streaming streams as well. I love to imitate the DBD content very much. So besides tournaments and leagues, this is very much appreciated. Well, we appreciate you for watching our content, and without you, nothing of that would be possible. Nova, unfortunately, hit second stage and here is already getting eliminated. That's very sad, since survivors still are on 5 gems left. An elimination on 5 gens left is critical. It's not something that teams would ever want to have, especially when there is no gen pressure at all. We have 1 gen, I believe, that is on 40%, and even from this gen, the survivor is now getting chased on. So I'm not sure if our teams are in a good spot here, Dire. Especially with the survivor Everyday Pizza. Oh, I met this guy in public matches and he gave me the hatch. That was very sweet. But I don't think that our survivors... Okay, can you just calm down? I don't think that our survivors are in a very good position, and it's a little bit concerning me. What do you think?
Yeah, so basically what Savannah revealed right there, if you're watching this stream and you want to have your team in the Scrim Nights, meet the DBDL staff team while they are swiffing, give them the hatch, and you are automatically invited to not only the Scrim Night, you will also receive a free split of the next prize pool that we're stealing from Eternal and send it right to your PayPal. That's how it works, Mr. Next Time. I would never joke about that. Mr. Next Time going on to the next run. First generator coming out, I do think that's an important sign. You talked about it, 4K5 is definitely what you would like to see, and especially not when it's the first trial in a best of 5. You have a lot of trials ahead of you tonight, so you want to look forward to a confident first set. It sets the tone for the spirit in your team, it sets the tone for the confidence your survivor team is having, and also it has an effect on your opponent. Of course, in this case, Error404 definitely learning, okay, at least with the Billy, we can really keep the survivor team under control. We are in the dominant position, and any mindset like this can really carry out a trial. So it's important here for Archon to make a little bit of a comeback. They do keep organizing their resets, they are quick on it, and they have some good chases here on these filler pallets. After losing Nova so early, at least they are able to restructure the team. a little bit. Feta Panda is definitely doing a good job right here. The team can use that time relocating themselves on the generators. Unfortunately, after this very beautiful curve, we will have an additional hook, but maybe we can get the main generator out of the way here. Would be the second one into this trial, though Pizza has to leave it early because he is injured and you cannot really take more pressure. Instant unhook, bringing the third survivor back into the trial. So on paper, Archon definitely knows what they have to do here. I like to see that. The worry is, haven't they lost too much time and resources in the early game by being cut by a survivor that they are now suffering from that?
I really feel like this is the case. Right now they're trying to structure themselves a little bit, but the problem is they're already 3v1 and 3 survivors left. Is as Darwolf always says, it's a drop of efficiency, and our survivors need to do a miracle to at least get 2 more gens. Unfortunately, the miracle will not happen here for Pizza. On the main gen, we still have progress, we still have 80%, yet we have no one who would be able to fix it right now, or at least take it over. Here we see a very, very nice mind game on a higher ground. Pizza is getting slugged. Mr. Next Time is already on the second stage. That means that right now, if he gets down, which he does, they're going to be eliminated. Fortunately for our survivors team, they are able to get 1 more gen, as we call it, just for a win con. Everyday Pizza, I think Kate will be slugged. And maybe our Billy will try to find Nancy, who is right now crouching on the edge map. Oh wait, I think they're healing. I think they have a medkit. So anyway, we have 1 survivor slacked, 1 survivor hiding, so 2 survivors left. 3 gens left. This is not the situation where you want to be at, so now the only thing that we have to do is to somewhat get the gates. As we can see, Nancy decides to not go for the save, so now the only thing they can do is go for the gates, since Billy is already at the hatch, and for those who don't know, we force the hatch being in 1 location, so we get rid of an RNG factor. The gates are pretty far from... No. Okay. Look where Nancy is sitting at, that would be so nice. The hatch is going to be closed, and the gates are not so far from each other, unfortunately. So now, dear Wolf, what is going to happen to our little Nancy? Do you think they have a chance of getting out versus S-tier Billy?
Yeah, you would hope so, right? Because a 4K3 is something that your killer can still magically make happen. 4K3, like the first survivor having a bad run, you instantly have slug party afterwards. 4K3 is definitely something we have seen on the Blood Lodge with the Billy. It's very hard to achieve, and definitely not the standard, but if your killer somehow manages to get a 4K3, and then you can break the tie in your favor because your survivor has taken the end game out, that's definitely a benefit for you. The problem is, that we have line of sight to both exits right here, and with the mobility the killer has with the chainsaw, it is going to be really rough. So I don't think Nancy will be successful here yet. Maybe Fallen doesn't catch her in time. Okay, never mind. We do see the red light and the killer instantly reacting to it. Definitely having a monitor at home and not just playing with mouse and keyboard. Well, that's definitely a very scary start for Error404. They have shown us an incredible Billy performance here. Archon has something to stay positive about. The survivor team, as we pointed out on paper, and we see it here as well. Great individual looping skills. They know what they have to do. They were trying to go for a comeback. They have shown us the being close to making an actual comeback, so they do have what it takes. The unfortunate scenario was that we lost one survivor very early, and it felt a little bit like the survivors need a moment to sort themselves here on the Blood Lodge, and that unfortunately took a little bit too long, and they suffered from it. A few things now that we have for this break as administrative tasks, and I really like that we are presenting the flag right there, celebrating the inclusive community a little bit. But the administrative task we have to do now is, first of all, everyone go into the Discord server, click on people chain, and inspect the new people that Cindy has designed for us. It's the people partnered emote that celebrates that we hit the Twitch partner with everyone's support. So Cindy, thank you so much for that little gift. Everyone seems to really love that. Second of all, we have a little bit of a question tonight, which is important because we might do something about it. How many channel points do you currently have on DBDLeague? Just type the number in chat. It is research that is needed for us. If you could drop us some numbers and some information, how many channel points you currently own on DBDL, that would help us to prepare something for the future. Now, Savannah, everyday pizza. Now we're going into philosophical discussions.
63K! Guy never loses a gamba ever.
100K.
This is crazy. I guess they win gamba and never gambled again.
I mean, I guess we can ask the community about the idea, right? Am I breaking the NDA? I don't know. I cannot be fired. I own the server. I mean, Savannah could fire me. She knows my account. What was the idea?
I can explain.
I completely lost. Well, yeah, I remember, but go for it.
Basically, you guys, you always gamble on stuff every time, and you're so happy when gamba comes, but these channel points, they are somewhat, if we look for the wider picture, useless. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to hype up our Twitch, and we wanted to hype up the viewers, everything for you, and make it a little bit more exclusive of the gamba enjoyers, what you're doing every time when the gamba starts. I also think that no one did gamba tonight, but okay.
I can do it.
I was awake.
Now
it's late. Now it's late. Don't do that. So the idea is, we want to settle a requirement of having an, let's say, a certain amount of channel points. For example, we were thinking about 250k. So if you guys have 250k, our channel points, then you can DM us and you can screenshot that this is your account, that this is something that you earned, and then you would get a very, very special Discord role with the name Gamba Master. Dyer came up with this idea today in the morning, and it sounded pretty cracked. Who just did the poll? What is dementia? Are you okay? But okay, the idea sounded pretty cracked, though I like it. Let us know what you think. Savannah sounds like she has a strong accent. Well, maybe because I do. English is my third language. So, I guess I do have a strong accent.
Yeah, who wants to have a Gamba Master Discord role when accumulating enough channel points through successful Gambas? That would be the idea, a little Discord role to celebrate it, showing off to the other community members that I am the Gamba Master. Oh yeah, true. In some countries, you can actually not go for Gamba on Twitch because I think Netherlands and Belgium, they banned gamble games basically, and also it's same for Counter-Strike and other games. They don't have loot boxes. It's not available in these countries. Germany was actually debating if they join into it, and then they realized that from gambling you gain so many taxes that it would be bad doing it. That's why we legalized weed in Germany now, because people were like, or the state
Wait, you legalized
was like,
weed?
Yeah, in Germany in April.
Oh, that's see?
Yeah,
that's something I need to think about.
So yeah, we legalized it in Germany, and the reason is they were like, okay, everyone is smoking anyway. Why don't we also take the taxes from legal business? So yeah, sometimes money is the only reason behind it. But we have everyday pizza now, and a very famous strategy that got invented in Season 9 through Laser and Team Calamity taking no mither on the survivor side, so you cannot go for a 4-man slug because the no mither survivor will always be able to pull himself up. Rewind is going to be the first survivor in chase here, and Everyday Pizza needs it down right now at the beginning of the game. We need a 4k3 only to tie up from the previous trial, and we see one interesting difference, Savannah. In the previous trial, the survivors instantly all hopped onto the generators very aggressively. This time it's a little bit quieter on the Blood Lodge, so the survivor team wants to make sure first to know where the Billy is and then jumping on his back onto the gens, so not taking that much risk at the beginning, and I feel like that's a very smart choice, especially considering that they only need 3 gens here.
That is indeed a smart choice, though I would need to disagree with you, because at the beginning of the last match, survivors did not hop on the gen instantly, they hopped on the totems. And that's why I was so, I wasn't sure if that would be the best move to instantly jump on an Undying and Ruin totems instead of doing the first gen. But the thing is, in the last trial that we had, the first down also happened very, very quickly. I think it was at around 20 seconds in the game when we got our first down. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first down, Custer Curse call it. But we have our first down 40 seconds after the match has started. We already have 1 gen done, another gen is on 50%, so I would really say that the way back survivor is really, really carrying or carried our first gen.
Yeah, that's a very good start. Basically, it's halftime now on reaching the tie condition. It's what you really love to see whenever you are coming out and when you want to make sure that you are reaching that win con. Psycho going down here, so Everyday Pizza definitely with a lot of pressure in the early game here. He has the hook stage also still. Psycho now being on hook as well, so we have 2 unhooks to take care of. Not entirely sure if Jake and Ace decided to go for a gen. The answer is no, though. Ace is right here, and they are trying to body block the Billy a little bit, which seems to be successful. Never mind, because Tab decides that he doesn't want to be too Tab, and therefore just going to the left side, going over to this tile. We have the tie condition, so if Everyday Pizza is now going for the 4K, you would have a tie. On the other hand, Yuli, Savannah, if you have it, sorry. On the other hand, when you are going to make the tie here and get 10 stages now out of nowhere, that would be insane.
That would be really, really insane. Look at the survivors. Survivors are doing everything they can to keep their survivors up so Silk 1 can pressure the generators. The only thing is that the Ruin is still up, and Undying is still up, and Tanotophobia is also a little bit pressuring our survivors, because right now they have, as I remember, 6%. Okay! Now we're also getting a cross map. What? Cross map? I think I got a little bit distracted, but it felt like cross map hit, which is very, very good. If we also just could see what our survivors are doing, to see a little bit if there is any gen progress, and I believe not, because 2 survivors are slugged, and 2 other survivors are too pressured to do anything in regards of objectives. The funny and the interesting thing is that our No Minder is not getting slugged yet. He's the only survivor standing, or he was the only survivor standing, and now he's also being left. Never mind. The killer is coming back. So right now, what our survivors really, how did that hit? Really need is to pop this last gen. They need to concentrate a little bit. I also feel like they would need a reset to be a little bit more stealthy, but I'm not sure about that. I could also see going for a Ruin cleanse or Undying cleanse would also be something that survivors might need to do. Yet our Billy still, our Billy keeps slugging. Yeah, that's it. Our Billy keeps slugging, and I'm not sure our survivors have any time to go for a reset or for any gen progress. So I'm a little bit worried. How it is going here, Darwolf? What do you think about this situation?
It's escalating.
It's over. It's over.
I think it's escalating a little bit, and the number one team that is profiting from this is no longer the team that just played really well in the first trial. The fact that Archon has just taken back a 4K3 tie condition is going to be the biggest confidence boost you could ask for now. Everyday Pizza doing a fantastic job, because it's one thing to do a 4K3 when you are just coming in and you play a great game, or doing a 4K3 while having this very brutal win condition on your hand and basically knowing that you have to show a perfect trial. With this pressure on your back, that is crazy to achieve that. Now we have the No Mother Survivor going for one last chase here, saying it's not over yet, I'm gonna go for a 3-gen run and I will repair the generators while looping you. But yeah, this is crazy. And if Everyday Pizza is a variety killer that is going to... I mean, now we have the issue that Psycho will be on the floor. We are actually recovering a little bit. So there is a little bit of life starting to rise in the Survivor team. Not very confident that it will be enough for a whole generator, but at least they are fighting here. But if Everyday Pizza is playing killer in the upcoming trial and he would stay on the killer side, there would be absolutely confidence boost.
I do not really understand what just happened, because our 4 survivors were slugged and the No Mither was laying right in front of our killer. Yet the killer somehow let this a little bit escalate, I would say, since they were a bit afraid of a deliverance play. Deliverance is allowed versus S tier, right? Yeah, it is allowed. Yeah. So I think they were a little bit skeptical about the deliverance play, but now when we have 3 survivors slugged and our No Mither player is also gone, I think there are a little bit less chances of already by what? 25% less, yeah? 25% less chances of a deliverance gameplay. Here we have second stage and our Jeffy survivor is still being slugged. Maybe Jeffy would be our deliverance player. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, let's find out. Yeah, not him. Yeah, wait. Oh, our No Mither survivor was a deliverance player. I would suppose. I guess so, yeah. Because we do not see No Mither here on any build, so I would suppose that No Mither was our deliverance player. Someone in the chat asked, someone know why the DBDL server always disappears from my Discord? Do I get kicked or something? I don't do anything in the server. I don't understand it. We have a protection, a double counter bot who will always kick you if you're not verified. So when you go on our server again, and your Discord is supposed to be at least 1 month old, then you can go on server rules, and on server rules you will see the button verify. There you verify, and you'll not be kicked anymore by our bot at least. So our Billy is a little bit celebrating, survivors are eliminated, and it is a tie. First set, such a confident performance by both of the teams. One is setting such a hard win con 4K 3 for the tie, and another one is beating the 4K3. This is incredible. This is something that I really love seeing on our community nights. The next set is going to be Unknown, and Archon are playing Healer first. The Unknown sets are always so interesting. I really love seeing them. Honestly, oh, 1 second. I just need to do the live score shit. Okay, nice. Unknown sets are always very interesting. I did not get Unknown at first, but then as much as I was watching our DBDLeague games, I started to understand that Unknown is actually pretty hard to play, and sometimes players going for very risky snipes, and when they land successfully on the survivor, this is the most satisfying moment you could get by playing an Unknown. Okay, so let's chat. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions towards me? Oh my god, Mathis is in chat. Oh lord.
Oh 9.
If you guys have
Matthias
any questions, if you guys have any questions, please be free to ask us. Otherwise, we will go for a break. You go ahead. Mathis is celebrating that we noticed him. Can I ask Dyer who Germany are playing in their next Euros match? Dyer Wolf.
Thin ice, Jimbo.
All right. I guess there are not so many questions that people would like to ask us. Then we will go on a... Yeah, could be. Then I guess we'll hope on a short break. And we will see you after, I think, at around 2 minutes. Maybe even less, because teams are already standing in the lobby. They're all waiting for us to finally hop onto Unknown set. So we will see you after a very, 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 very short break, chat. Prepare your ice, prepare your water bottles, and your snacks. This is going to be very exciting. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I missed you so much. And we are here on an Unknown set. Very exciting. I really love seeing how Unknown gameplay is happening on my screen. Here we can see that our killer is actually the same Everyday Pizza. So I would assume that Everyday Pizza is playing killer mostly for the team Archon, is it? It is. For the team Archon. Let me reset the live score sheet quickly, and here we go. Also, I would like to pay a little bit of attention on killer perks while nothing on the screen is happening just yet. So we're having Hex Pentimento, Hex Ruin, Hex Undying, and Corrupt Intervention. And to be absolutely fair with you guys, these perks are the 4 most often picked perks for Unknown sets. I am no joking. We have 5 perks that I always used for Unknown sets, and it is Corrupt, it is Hex Pentimento, it is Hex Ruin, it is Hex Undying. Sometimes it can go to Pop Ghost Weasel. And that's it. And Agitation. I have also seen Agitation. So we are having 5 perks that are the most common on Unknown games, and I would really like to give a little shout out to Tomi Imitatia, our caster, who is gathering all of this information for us about Season 9, about community nights, and giving us a very clear structure of what perks are usually picked, what players are playing killers for teams, etc, etc. We already had a first down and first hook while I was yapping here, so... Zero! How are the goes going? How are the games going? What do you think about our teams? Are they doing alright? Are they doing strong? Just as strong as in Billy said.
So far, I would say they are doing okay, but then I got worried about Psycho going down here relatively quickly. Having that first hook stage relatively early was fine. Now the second one right after is definitely unfortunate. We do need a first generator in exchange to these two hook stages. We do see one generator being completed in a moment. However, though, we already see that the killer is coming back, going for the tunnel out onto Psycho. So if he's going to be quick, we do need generators to punish that strategy. Psycho here injured on this pallet and with the UVX effect as well. That's going to be the down, the waving going to tell us that there is someone around. That was a little bit too obvious right there. So yeah, we are losing a little bit of time here on the killer side now, and the survivor team is able to keep him busy in this corner of the map. On the other hand, you need to make sure that your two other survivors are really going to progress these objectives, otherwise that's not going to work. And Tap is also around over here, so yeah, we are lacking a little bit when it comes to the efficiency. Thank God they have prepared some generators early on. With 3 generators completed, they might have a good run here in case Psycho is successfully going to be tunneled out. That is what we're going to see now. Killer, Everyday Pizza immediately returning back. UVX status effect is coming out. Nice shot right there into the deep wound status effect. Now Adam not really able to make it away from this pallet. Next shot, if it hits, will be the elimination for that survivor. Nice patience there. Psycho going down. That means 3 versus 1 and a teleport as well. Survivor team playing a little bit too altruistic here, if you are asking me, because if you would have put all these resources, the pallet save earlier, now this Tap right here, if you would have put all these resources into a generator, we would talk about 4 gens being completed by now. And 4 gens completed is usually what you want to have in a 3v1 scenario, because then you can more easily split up between the remaining generator, and one of the gens you're attacking will come to the full completion. With 2 gens still standing, that's drastically more difficult.
It is drastically more difficult indeed. I also wanted to quickly oh my god, okay, English. I wanted to quickly say that unknown sets in 73% of the matches actually end with a 4K. 73%. That means that only 27% of the entire games ended up with at least one survivor escaping. Would it be a hatch or gates? It doesn't matter. So basically, statistically, we can see that unknown sets are pretty unpredictable. And even this set with 2 gens left can also end up pretty poorly for our survivors. Everyday's Pizza is going for a tricky shot with his M2, and I feel like Rewind they just greeted a pallet a bit too much, so they're getting an M1 here. Everyday Pizza really thinks that someone is sitting here in a deep pocket, and how right were they with thinking that way. Way back is going second stage, and our killer is making a very logical decision. They're coming back to the hook to, of course, finalize the way back and take them into another world. Rewind is taking the hit and also getting picked up, so we will not see our tunnel out just yet. Wayback is hiding here. It's a Wayback, right? Yeah. Hiding here for the safe. Already ready for the safe, while Everyday Pizza is now chasing our survivor in this pretty safe loop. We're getting the blind on the killer. Killer didn't really mind that. As we saw, they had time to pick up the head or turn up, but they haven't done that. At the end, we're having 7 stages. Just now, Jeffy is going down. Rewind has 1 stage. Wayback has 2. Rewind has already 2 stages. My bad. So every survivor is now, I think, having a thought of what are we doing? What is the next step? The Jeffy is on the hook. 2 gens left. 0 progress on the gens. and of course 3v1. That is drastically changing our situation. I'm a little bit confused, and I'm losing hope. Do you think they can make it, and do you think they can add up to this 27% of matches that end up with at least one escape? Or do you think this match will, as 76%, end up with a 4K? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, you would hope that they are getting it out here, but as we talked about earlier, usually when you are entering this 3v1 scenario, you need to have it down on one generator, because if you have one generator, you work on two different generators that are a little bit split from each other, and eventually the pressure is so high or so split that the killer can no longer defend one of the two, and then you are having generator number 5, and then you are going to have the end game and the chance of taking stages out of the door. The problem with two generators standing is you need way too much efficiency and way too much of a chase time on your hands to get these objectives completed. So I don't really see that happening. I do believe when looking on the entire trial here, of course, the first downs came a little bit too quickly, especially the second hook stage. Right after that first survivor came in too quickly, but I think the biggest issue that we have seen throughout this trial was playing multiple times very altruistic and taking a lot of risk for that. And especially after they have seen that the killer is aware that they are setting up a pallet safe and it didn't work the first time, they were trying it again. But you need to learn throughout the trial, and you need to point out the killer's behavior in terms of what can we achieve as a survivor team and what doesn't work against this killer. It's the same as when you're playing a pub match. When you are having a killer that is always instantly picking up, well, then you are going for the next flashlight save as well. But when you have someone where you can tell this person is playing mechanically well, this person has a clue of what's going on around him, and this pub killer is really careful about the surroundings, you're not going for flashlight saves anymore, at least not every single time, because you do waste a lot of time. And this is the problem right here. The survivor team has seen that the killer is aware of the surroundings. The survivor team has seen that the pallet safe won't work, and they've tried it multiple times back to back, and they were taking injuries for it, and they had only one survivor during that entire time that was working on the generator. And this slow efficiency, this is what caused the 4K here on even two generators, and that's going to be a quick teleport as well. So 4K, two generators standing, very strong showing by Everyday Pizza. A little bit self-made when you are asking me from the survivor team, but of course something where you can recover from. You pointed it out. Almost 3/4 of our unknown matches are ending in a 4K, so why wouldn't we see a 4K next trial? And why wouldn't we see another 4K too, and pushing another tie? Two ties back to back would be crazy. Definitely something we haven't celebrated in the Scrim Night before, having the first two sets with a tie, so why not today? Ladies and gentlemen, any questions about Season 9, All Hallows League, playoffs, Savannah's breakfast, DBDL
please don't.
history,
You don't want to know?
DBDL future, anything that you always wanted to know, the chance is on the desk. Ask us anything.
All of those questions that I get at 3 a.m. in my DMs. Everything that you guys want to know. Please think about that. What did Savannah eat today? You really don't want to know, but okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Overspiced lunch.
So,
she was
okay.
crying about it.
Yeah, I was. So in the morning, I had a very nice idea of treating myself today, and I wanted to make fries with IKEA meatballs myself, and I did it. Though I really got a little bit into spicing things recently, and here it was a little bit too much. So unfortunately, I was not able to eat my fries today. I was very sad. Meatballs were very good, and then I also ate donut with tea, and now I'm pretty happy. What did you eat today, Direwolf?
I ate Mackenzie's fries. Not fries, Mackenzie's fries.
Okay. Someone asked, is she caster in the poster?
I think they are memeing.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. What is the poster?
I think the picture.
It's a joke. Oh, a picture. Okay, then yes. But if you're trying to make jokes, then we do not understand jokes here. We're pretty serious and we never joke around. In fact, Direwolf has dementia.
Yes. Savannah is the picture with the Kate on the picture, and I'm the person with the long hair.
Yeah.
Just if you were ever interested how we look like.
Yeah. He was always pretty much into cosmetic stuff and cosmetologists. And I was always saying, like, you don't need it. You look beautiful without that. And he would always go, no, you don't understand. This is how I want to look, etc. So, yeah, Direwolf is pretty much onto his beauty strike, you know. At the same time, I would like to shout out the teams. Teams today are very, very, very quick on setting up the games. Sometimes it differs from one community night to another. Sometimes we can have teams who wouldn't be ready in 10 minutes, and then we would sit on a break for each break would be 10 minutes because they wouldn't ready up. Here, teams are ready within, I think, 2 minutes. 2 minutes after finishing the trial, they're already ready, and we already can go to the next one. So shout out to the team Archon, to the team Error404. 404. You're doing an amazing job. Spokerman is in the chat. Hello, Spoker. Spoker is my PUBG Swiffer. He is our PUBG teammate. Oh, hello, Spoker. How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right. 404, yeah, do not mind me. I love doing that.
I would like to reply to Marcel, but he's in an ad break at the moment, so I will wait 2 more minutes until he's out of that to explain why we are playing ads and why they are important and how the channel wouldn't exist without ad breaks.
Marcel knows about that. Marcel knows about that. Marcel is our favorite chatter of all times. Believe me, he knows. He knows exactly what you are going to tell him. So just let him be. Watching from India, lots of love. Oh, this is so great. Hello, hello. I hope you're enjoying. Yeah, he's opening translator right now to say hello in Indian. I know him way too much.
You know me so well.
Suana Kampups, maybe. I invited you, by the way, Bandit Boy. I invited you today in the morning, and you didn't come, so...
Hallo, men ek chota bidia hon. I hope that was somewhat understandable and not absolutely gibberish. Also, thank you, Little Crumpet, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Marcel, freeing him from the ad prison.
Yeah, this is very nice. Thank you so much, Little Crumpet. You are the best, guys. So,
back to business.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me? Okay. We are in with a Devour Hope. This is something I really love to see. Usually in Season 9 you are not allowed to have a different perk build based on the situation you are facing. In the Scrim Night it's a little bit more chill, so we are going in this regard with the older rule set, so you can adjust your perk builds based on the situation. And I think Hex Devour Hope with a difficult win condition, because 4K with 2 generators standing on an unknown is much harder to achieve than with a Billy in the previous trial, because we don't have that much of a mobility, we don't have the instant down ability, so you can only hope that it's going to be building up fast, that the Survivor team won't notice it too quickly. They have noticed the Hex Ruin though, so my hope for that is drastically decreasing.
That's right. So the tie condition would be 4K3, and the win would be 4K... Wait... 4K3? 4K...
Is a win, yeah.
4?
4K3.
No, 4K3 is a win, and 4K... What, 2? Yeah? Yeah, 4K2 is a tie. That's right. Okay, I got a little bit confused over here. So the second survivor, I mean, Todo is already on the hook, yet we have got the first generator to go, so this is already not that bad. We're only one generator to the tie. We need 2 more for a win condition. I think with the... let's say how our survivors are playing it out, how they're trying to make it a little bit more stealthy, how they're not running into the killer, yet I think we've got a Pentimento stock over there after cleansing one of the, right, we've got the Pentimento stock, yet survivors are not going to cleanse it just yet. They're just bearing with the very slow gen progression. Dr. DR, I would assume it's Dr. Okay, DR Park, decides to camp out to the second stage, which we right now will put into our live score sheet so you guys can see everything perfectly. And here we are. We left the hook and we decided to go and see how the gens are doing over here. One gen is about 40%, and also would like to notice that we've got the Hope right here. So this was in the killer's best interest to go as far from the hook as they could, so the Devour stock would come in. Here we see the tunnel out. The tunnel out is pretty much logical decision, since we need our elimination as fast as we can, because survivors are just one gen away from the tie, and 2 more gens to go for the win. So of course our killer would like to make elimination as fast as they can. We can see... Oh god, please forgive me, I don't know the name of the survivor. I know that it's I know that he's from Stars, and I know that he's from Resident Evil, but I forgot his name. I know that he's a brother of Jill. I would have said, not Jill. Okay, save me someone. But we've got our tie condition. Please, Direwolf, take over. The chat will hate me for not knowing who it is.
Oh, I don't know who it is either. I only care about Kate not going down right now. As a proper Kate main here, we are going for a little bit of looping throughout the fun bus, and it's looking relatively good here. Kate is wasting a lot of time from the killer until I completely cast a curse this chase, and she's immediately going down. Everyday Pizza will be thrown onto a hook. The good news is you do have 2 minutes of hang time, so we can split the generators a little bit, and we need 2 more. However, we talked about the issue. When you're losing 1 survivor against a relative medium killer, you usually want to have it all the way down to 1 generator remaining, or when you have 2 gens standing, you want a little bit of progress on them. 3 gens still standing when already facing an elimination is definitely very rough and something that shouldn't happen. Unfortunate for Archon though, it did happen here on the Rackers Yard against the unknown of Error404. So Ace needs to stay alive a little bit longer, was making a beautiful dodge right there, making sure that the UVX is not instantly coming out on him, but will be down with an M1. Nova will be thrown onto the hook. We do get another generator, as it seems like, so we would ensure the tie condition, that's for sure, but it does more and more look like that Error404 and Archon are having a pretty similar skill set, at least based on the first 2 sets that we are getting presented here in the Scrim Night tonight. 4K2 definitely a realistic result. Killer doing a good job, has a lot of pressure, knows where the next survivor is. However, 1 long mid-game chase can change that entirely. If these 2 other survivors are now doubling up on a generator, we are talking about roughly 50 seconds. They need to complete that gen. And that's possible to achieve. Everyday Pizza, unfortunately, still injured, and with a quick teleport that's going to be not a long run. But the slug is also coming out, so Dr. Park knows exactly that these survivors are in the distance on the generator. It's showing us the awareness for the wind condition and the surroundings as well. You're not just picking blindly what you're having on the floor, and not just trying to get the hook stages. You make careful calculations, how much time you need, where you're currently standing, and then comparing the status quo with your wind condition and deciding that you better slug that survivor going over here. Unfortunately, though, even though we did a lot of scouting, we don't have any additional injuries, so right now the clock is more ticking in favor of the survivor team.
That's right. Everyday Pizza is just now getting slugged. Okay.
Sorry.
Everyday Pizza was slugged while I was getting a little bit of a mental shock from Direwolf's jokes. We're now getting Nova down on the floor, and Killer seemed like losing him for a second. We have Everyday Pizza on the gen. They're still trying to get their one more gen done for of course winning the unknown set, because having 2 ties in a row would be pretty interesting to see for us. Yes, yet I think not for the teams themselves. Yeah, rough. 3v1 is always rough. We're also having, oh, I didn't see, but how many stacks of Devour Hope do we have now, I wonder? 4. Now we have 4 stacks of Devour Hope, and I believe that now survivors would want to find this one totem, since they already know. When Nova got downed, they got a notification that there is a Devour Hope. This gen is almost fully locked. I think they have 1 more kick and then they cannot kick it anymore. 1 or 2, it seems like. Kate, Everyday Pizza is still on the gen yet, and our killer doesn't really seem like knowing or caring about this, which would be weird since it's a win con. So I really hope that our killer will, as soon as they can, switch to the Kate's gen, but this is not going to happen. Therefore, we're having a winner of unknown set, and it will be this survivor team, the survivor team that is playing right now, Archon. Archon are taking their first set win here on the unknown. Well played. Still, the win con was not the harshest, I must say. 4 gens, I would say it's pretty much something you can do.
Yeah.
Right. It's okay, we can just not
take
talk.
it away.
Yeah, just
no.
like...
Yeah, a little bit like football commentators. They are sometimes vibing.
Yeah, let's vibe.
Let's vibe while we are spectating this insane chase that is not going to happen because the killer decides to guard that 5th generator. A little bit worried now that we would get into the end game. Mr. Next Time instantly going down. It's sad that we don't have the 5th token yet, so I would hope that he's putting this survivor onto the hook and then letting the Kate unhook.
Give us
then
some
going
Devour
for the...
Hope action.
Yeah.
Okay guys, let's just spectate this. Or actually we can just commentate it. And Kate is standing here next to the truck, and they're rotating a little bit to the left, and then now it is catching up. The pallet safe, no pallet safe, M2 charging, and will they hit it? Yes, they hit it, and we're having an elimination on 1 gen left. Go Archon, go Archon. Okay, actually, well played to both of the teams. You did so great, so nice. Settling the 2nd tie would be very fun to watch, just for me, just saying. Yeah. But unfortunately we didn't get our tie, we got our winner, which is also very good. Having 2 somewhat similar teams to each other is always great, especially on community nights, because no one would like to see the teams who would get 5-0 or something. This is just a little bit boring. And here, when we are seeing two teams somewhat the same level, is always something we really love to spectate and especially commentate, since the action is happening on the screen. Savannah is Archon fan. No, I haven't heard of this team ever.
She is. She has an Archon t-shirt right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a team. I'm not a team. Just let me go home. I want to go home.
Wait, I just pulled up Savannah's Instagram story from 6 hours ago, and it says, "Guys, be prepared for tonight. It's the most intense and amazing game that the humanity will ever witness. Team Archon must win. They will bring joy and glory over the world, and I'm the biggest Archon fan and I will ever be." That about her being a neutral staff member of DBDL.
Yeah. I'm always neutral. But if we're talking about zero practice, then I'm not neutral anymore. Then I'm the biggest fan ever. Or Ariandel. I like both of them. Sounds about right. No, it does not sound right. It sounds like fake and like lies.
I became an Ariandel fan too, and now they are out of the season. I actually wanted Ariandel to win this entire thing. It would have been so good. Like, nothing against Eternal and Elysium. They are great and they play good. But after so many years, if we would have closed Season 9 and we would have been able to say winner is Ariandel, and even break, like, usually it's Eternal or Elysium, one of these two, and having someone completely else there would be great. Yeah, but for some reason I don't see Calamity taking the win in Season 9. Sorry, Laser.
Sorry, Laser.
I don't see it. I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating
Calamity. Yeah, maybe. Never underestimate Pedro.
Fun fact, did you guys know that Laser was doing a tryout for our team 2020 when he wanted to enter comp? That's how Laser and me met the first time. Laser was coming for a tryout, and we had some fun games, but then he eventually decided to go for a different team. But that was the first time Laser and me crossed ways. It was not even Golden Wolves back then. It was
team?
It was Team Upbreakers. That was
the German team.
The German team, yeah, that then played only one tournament, and then we went into Golden Wolves, and then I met Rats and all these amazing people, but there was basically Laser and me crossing path the first time. It might have even been 2019. Not entirely sure, but it was such a long time ago. Back then, tournaments had 128 participants. It was crazy, and it had no balancing at all. It was double perks across the entire team, almost zero restrictions. I still have private on YouTube my Killer game recording from that tournament. I was playing Killer, and we played Hack on Haddonfield against a team that doesn't exist anymore. Hack on Haddonfield, I 4K'd on 3 gens remaining. Don't ask me how I managed to do that.
Okay.
And they played Oni, so it was not even mirrored match, basically. It was like you could play any killer. A gen was 20 points, and you basically lost points based on who you played. And when you played someone like Nurse, then you lost like 55 points. And when you played someone weak like Hack, then you got 10 points extra. So theoretically, it could have been a Hack on Haddonfield against a Nurse on Haddonfield. It was completely wild. And they also 4K3 us on Oni, and the reason why we won was because I used Hack without add-ons, and the Oni had 2 add-ons, and per add-on you also lost 4 points. Like, this was the rule set back then. It was completely wild. And then you had results like Team Upbreakers 228 to 207 points or something. Like, these were normal results in Comp DBD 2019, 220 to 207. That was it was a completely different style. It was the first tournament ever. Like, nothing made sense really, but people enjoyed it. And then from there we came a long way developing the rule set, but this is how
I still remember how I came to DBDLeague as a match official 2 years ago. And they were trying to teach me how to do the scoring, and scoring back then was, let me remember, the fresh hook was 3 points, the second and third hook was 2 points, the bleed out was taking the points away, the gens were all 2 points, and then you sit there with your 3-2-2, 1-3-2-2, and then you sit and just do some math on a Sunday evening. Yeah, and then you with the entire team were trying to find where did you miss the stage, what is happening, etc. It was pretty fun times. Right now the score, I feel like right now the score is on its best looking way as they could ever, or as we could ever do it or have it. I think it's pretty nice. So we're moving on. We're already loading into the game, and this is a nurse game, and Error404 start. This trial right here, this set, we're on a comp tower. We have 3 gen 12, so basically 12, 1 and 2. 3, I would even say, our corrupted gen. And here's the first survivor being found, our Kate. Everyday Pizza. For some reason, Everyday Pizza's Kate a little bit reminds me of Dire's comp Kate.
The charms are missing.
Okay, then the charms are missing. Undying is already getting cleansed. Nancy is not getting hit here. I am not sure why, but no hit just yet. We see that now Nurse is undetectable since they have an, I would say it's a green add-on, right? Yeah, it's a green add-on. Nancy just here using life, yet it is not going to be enough, unfortunately. I would really hope that survivors are right now on their pressure streak. Right here we have 35 at around %. Everyday Pizza is not doing anything just yet, but maybe Chris has got a little bit more percentage on their gen. Not sure. Not sure. Chris is right here, yeah, to a little preparing to save our Nancy. So the pressure does not look so insanely pressuring yet. This would very much backfire later on our survivor team. Yet Archon has showed us already in these 2 sets that they are pretty efficient on gens. They can be pretty efficient on gens. I do not see it here just yet. What do you see? Do you see the same as I do?
Yeah, the gen pressure doesn't look too pressuring yet, and for the gen pressure it is important that you pressure the gens, because without pressuring the gens you will not pressure with a gen pressure that is pressuring the killer based on the pressure that you're putting into the pressure gens to get a good gen pressure that is pressuring the killer because of a good pressuring gen pressure. And therefore Feta Panda is just going down here at the corner as Edge Map Anderson, or should I say Edge Map Panderson. Immediately 25% on this generator over here. But yeah, now my mats start fading. Nova is going towards a gen, then leaving a gen. Maybe he dislikes the team member that is on it. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Kate is getting the generator on the shack. It's going to be rough because Feta Panda is going to leave the trial in 45 seconds, and I don't see the need for the killer at the moment to leave this hook stage. You just saw 2 generators being completed, so you also know that the survivors are now just starting on the other objective. So you know that when they are splitting up, they take 90 seconds per generator, and camping 25 additional seconds will not put you under pressure. So I don't even think for frame there is a reason to go all the way towards that right side here. You can simply stay in front of the hook, you can watch this survivor dying, and then you have ensured a 3v1 scenario with 3 generators standing, which is pretty hard on the comp tower. 50% on 2 generators, definitely something that rises the hope. So there is the chance for the survivor team. They do ultimately go for the save. Now though, Fetter Panda needs to be on an absolute run here, and we are going to see that it's going to be the deep wound status effect, so a little bit of distance being taken, and now we need to go for a longer run. Blink coming out, double back by the survivor, but Frame is too confident to allow that. They did gain some time though, 3rd generator being completed. Good fight by the survivor team, even gen number 4. As difficult as it looked in the early game, as great it's looking now for them. Great comeback.
That is indeed a very great comeback, and I also wanted to mention that our second survivor, Chris, I now know his name. Chris was all that time waiting by the hook of Nancy to finally save them, since they have Deliverance. They are our Deliverance player, so in case of a trade, our survivors team would be just fine. We're on 1 gen left. And even though it is just one little Pookie Wookie gen, we might have some problems of achieving that, since at first it's a nurse. Nurse is as a S tier killer, it's pretty punishing to play against her. At second, we do not even have any progress gens, and at third, okay, we do have, I'm sorry, I lied, we have 20%, 25% gen right here. Yet Mr. Next Time will be hooked. As I see, they are hooked at around Shock. Yeah, it is. I would say it's Shock. I do not see it from here. No, it's not Shock. It's higher ground next to main. One survivor will have to... I know. Not a single survivor will have to do anything, because Mr. Next Time is our Deliverance player. So I would say that now our survivor will let the nurse cam him a little bit to then just Deliverance into their face. In the meanwhile, Kate will just sit here and continue pressuring her gen. I believe that our survivors have pretty some chances, let's say, against this nurse. Here Ace is being in the chase, and it's pretty hard to do pretty much anything against the good nurse. I believe the eruption worked on a gen of it was eruption on a gen of Kate and Chris. Therefore we can see their aura, so now nurse has 100% vision of all survivors on the map. She knows where each survivor is locating. That's how she's blinking straight to the crease and back to the hook to make sure that nobody on that time is saving Nova. Everyday Pizza is going to the gen that was progressed, a little bit progressed. Okay, pretty much good progressed. 40-45% on 1, as we call it, the call out for comp tower. And Nova is getting proxy camped. Yet our nurse does not want to give the final gen away to the Archon team. Right now it seems a little bit more pressuring, yet not just fully yet. I still think that our survivors have pretty good chances into taking this final gen and maybe even taking some outs. So, how does it seem to be for you, dear Wolf? That was a sick right there, and we're getting our final gen while Direwolf is trying to collect his thoughts back together. We are now having the final gen, and the missed blink right here. Mr. Next Time is serving some juice right here, and the comp corner, as we call it, is also going right through. Nurse decided to take what she has, since she would 100% not make it to 12, to our main building. Therefore, we have 2 survivors standing here, 2 survivors out of the door. We have 5 stages against Nurse on Cold Tower, with a survivor eliminated on 1 gen left. This is a very, very nice game. Very confident showcase by Survivor team, And I would say the average performance by our nurse from Error404 team. Now the only question is, can Error404 beat this win con, which would be 3 survivors out of the door, am I right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, either 3 survivors out of the door or let me take a look on the score sheet.
I mean, we had 7 stages for the nurse, so you need 8 stages on the killer.
And
so yeah, you can split that freely. You can have basically you can have everyone escaping with 1 stage. You can have 1 survivor fresh. Like it depends on how they are splitting this throughout the trial. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions? The playoffs are coming up. Do you have any questions? Do you have questions about who's casting or hosting the grand final, since I started with teasing that yesterday? I mean, I will not tell you today either, but you can ask about it.
You can ask, but no one said that you'll get an answer. Right?
We have a caster with 8 letters.
8.
R-A-Y-O-X-Y-U-M.
Reaxium!
No, I don't think we would put Reaxium on the grand final.
I think you would.
She's nice, but I don't think we would do that. Also, my dad is finally calling, so you carry this show. Bye-bye.
No! Okay, we're going on the break. Well, I really don't see any questions in the chat, so I wouldn't even know what to do with you guys. Unless you would like me to read you a story or so. Nah, I don't want to read a story. We have Demogorgon and Wraith sets left. Actually, today when I took a quick look onto our sets, Hillbilly, Unknown, Nurse, Demogorgon, and Wraith, these actually sound so competitive. These sets are incredible. What are you having for dinner? I wish I knew. I don't even know yet, and I'm not even sure I will have dinner since I had my failed fries and meatballs at around 3 hours ago. I'm not that hungry just yet. Maybe I'll have something very quick. What is your favorite survivor? My favorite survivor would be Sable. I have all of the art, all of my artworks, and my entire profile is just filled with Sable. You tell us an embarrassing story about Direwolf. Ay. Let me see. Oh, okay, I know one. I don't know, I just got the first on my mind. We were back to Serbia. We were having our summer holidays, and we were crossing the road, and he was making a joke, and I started to laugh pretty loudly and pretty harshly. And when I'm laughing, I'm sometimes like moving my head. I don't even know how to explain it, but I was moving my body because I was laughing so loudly and so hard. He made a absolute weird and not funny joke, but I knew him only for half a year, so I was pretty much in love. And then he just accidentally hit my nose with his hand, and my nose started to bleed. Because I was laughing so hard, he didn't see where his hands were going, and then he just hit my nose. Okay, you tell us an embarrassing story about Dyer. Okay, just did. Ray's pretty awesome at casting. Ray is awesome at casting. I love how Ray is casting. Okay. Okay, didn't see. Oh, yeah. Have you ever played Devil May Cry franchise? I have not. I'm into Nancy Drew games. I'm not sure if you heard of them. They're pretty old, but I really love Nancy Drew games. Resident Evil, Dying Light. This is, I'm pretty into it. Dyer and Ray is very good duo. They are a very good duo. Before Dyer and Ray, I really loved Dyer and Q, Yo Boy Q. Oh, such a legend. What is your favorite killer and or survivor main? I'm a survivor main. I am not playing killer at all. In the meantime, we have landed on our comp tower once again. Everyday Pizza on a nurse. As I thought, Everyday Pizza is pretty much playing all killers for Team Archon. So now our survivors need to do something pretty impressive to beat the win con of survivors of Team Archon. Vayback is here trying to be a little bit more stealthy since it's a Deliverance player. Yet it is not just Revine. Was it Wayback? Yeah, Wayback and Revine together are stealthing since we have our Corrupt Intervention in play. This is a pretty common strategy to have. Jeffy is right here cleansing the totem. I'm not sure. I don't think I took a look on totems. It would be Undying. Undying is being cleansed, and we do not have Undying anymore. Ruin is still active, and after Ruin will be cleansed, our Corrupt Intervention would be expired. We're only left with one perk. That would be Dying Light. So Dying Light will be the only perk that our nurse have. Oh, accidentally cornered herself in the box corner right there. We already have 2 survivors injured, which is giving a bit of a Dying Light stacks, and we also have a green Aden with it's not entirely Butcher, it's a trauma effect, right, on a survivor. I also feel like our nurse is not so confident with blinks. I feel like sometimes they're overstretching the blink and not getting it through. Jeffy is not in the chase anymore, so I would say that the best game right here would be, or the best move right here would be to reset. Injured survivors against nurse is not something you would like to have. I saw one gen was already progressed on at around 50. Yet I cannot confirm it just yet. Jeff is using his balance landing. I believe they have balance landing and going a little bit further into comp corner to waste more time of our nurse. Wayback right here doing something. I'm not sure what, but they were doing something. Seiko is on the gen, which is already 75% progressed, and we're having one more gen done. It's a great efficiency, including the fact that Jeffy was the first survivor to be hooked. So let me put that into our life score sheet. We have one gen done, and we have Jeffy on the hook. Seiko still did not find his reset. Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe they'll go for it after popping the second gen. Second gen is done. Jeffy is being a bit proxy camped, yet I would say that it's the most logical decision right here by the nurse. Wayback is still standing behind the tree. I'm sure there is some sort of logic in there. Since they cannot be found, they are a Deliverance and Unbreakable player, so pretty much a game deciding survivor, let's say, because this build is not something you would just like to waste for nothing. This will be a trade, a clear trade right here. Now we need to worry about Jeffy not getting down way too soon, otherwise Wayback will not get their Deliverance up. And the worry is gone, because I think it was just enough time for getting the Deliverance up. So now Wayback is surely getting the Deliverance and Unbreakable, because they were getting slugged, and our ace is already on 40%. The gens are also for the nurse not very convenient, since survivors are making sure to let's say destroy or eliminate all 3 gen that the nurse could get here. Adam is doing the middle gen, almost the middle gen, and right on the right from it, oh my god, this is a sick play. On the right of it, Revine is doing another gen, which is already at around 75-80%. They're not giving our nurse any chances, and to be completely honest, I really feel like this could end pretty good for our survivor team. Yet they need to ensure that Jeffy is being saved, otherwise it will be pretty harsh for them to complete 2 more gens, okay, 2 more gens. Jeffy has just a bit of a time on hook left. Survivors already need to go in and they already need to act on it, but our nurse was about to prevent them from saving Jeffy. Not yet. They are not dying just yet. Wayback is going for a pickup, but I really think that Jeffy is going to be eliminated right here. Tunneled out for the sake of the win, for the sake of taking a win con. Yet it cost our nurse 4 gens to get this survivor finally. Now Revine is the only survivor standing, with a reset, the only healthy survivor standing, and it can really escalate unless survivors would like to do some resetting actions. I really hope that they will. The middle gen popped, and I am pretty sure... Yeah, this gen also popped. So now we do not have 3 gen anymore, at least they are not very close to each other, and I also pretty much hate Direwolf for leaving me here in the trial, casting alone. But I'll forgive him sometime later, next year. So, as I thought, survivors decided to reset right here, and this is the... yeah, you see what's happening? My voice is getting down. Survivors decided to reset, and it is the most logical decision they could do. Psycho is trying to escape the nurse, trying to go for the blind. Blind didn't land, unfortunately, but nurse missed her blink. So here we have Gen 12, which would be main building. I believe we have Gen somewhere on 3, but our survivor is not letting me cast this just normally, since they are doing some pretty sick mind games and jokes. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Seiko is going for such a run here against Nurse, and for all of the people who are saying that Nurse is too strong and it is impossible to place against her, well, here is your lesson how to play against the Nurse. Very, very confident chase, very nice performance, absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, our gen here is not getting done just yet. Way back, I saw them next to the hook. They're already ready for to go for the save. Revine is our survivor with Deja Vu, and Wayback is our survivor with Deliverance skill up. So if right now Wayback would go for the trade, it would not hurt our team too much. Yeah, that was a little bit wrong. They are not going for the trade. They're going to be down here soon, right now. Unfortunately, I think Wayback is getting slugged, which would not be too good for the survivor team, since Unbreakable was already in use. Rewind here, trying to go for the Gen. I was actually wrong. We have main building and we have the Gen 11. And then we have the Gen on 4 that was not touched yet. Not 4, it's... Oh god. Let's see. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, our producer. Our producer today, the Rollock, shout out to our producer. Producing is always such a hard thing to do. You always need to keep a track on scenes, you always need to keep track on survivors on the game, if everything is working, the audio, so you guys can see the perfect picture on your screen. Thank you so much to Rollick for the work that you are doing for us, we really appreciate it, and here it was a fake by a rebind. Unfortunately, our nurse missed the blink, and it really didn't end up good. And that's what I was talking about, the snowball action. Unfortunately, there was one mistake that happened, and now our survivor teams is going to be eliminated. Maybe. I'm pretty much afraid to speak so much. Yeah, to speak a little bit too early. Now the question is, will our nurse go for a slug party, or will it be the collecting pieces of survivors and trying to end this game as soon as they can? The thing is, we still have our way back with Deliverance in play. Perhaps. I think this is still somewhat savable. The question is, how savable is it, and are our survivors able to do something with it? And the most important question, will Everyday Pizza allow them to do what they want to do? Here we are. Psycho is only there is no way that Everyday Pizza knows that Wayback is our Deliverance survivor. Sure. So Psycho is having at around 10 seconds left, so I'm not sure that if Wayback uses his Deliverance, I am not sure if they will make it in time to him, so I'm pretty much sure that Psycho is going to the same place where Jeffy is just now, so being eliminated. Rewind is still on the first hook, and Wayback is racing to Rewind to save his friend. Nurse, I think Nurse pretty much expected that, so now let's see how well the nurse's game feeling is, and the game feeling is outstanding, I would say. Nia, no, what was that hit? This hit right here just hit me through my heart. Okay, this was not something that I expected. I would expect a clear stun on a nurse. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So here we are. The win condition, unfortunately, was not reached. That means that Archon is getting their second point here in our sets. To remind, as a reminder to those who were not here before, we already had the Hillbilly set, we already had an Unknown set, and now the Nurse set. The Hillbilly was indeed a tie, but the Unknown and Nurse sets were taken by Team Archon. So congratulations already also for those who's chatting in another language here. Please see that our chat is English only. Unfortunately, I couldn't read the chat while I was casting. Someone said you're doing great. Doing great for the commentary. It's practice for when you cast for finals. I am not casting for finals, all right? Savannah, can you fix the please speak English command? No, I cannot. Not if you ask me. Yeah, and I didn't say anything else, so I really sure. Okay, Mathis is on the drugs. I don't know what's happening to him, but there is a continuing of the sentence if the yeah, okay, it's time to time out Mathis, I think. I really hope the direwolf is coming back soon, because I'm losing my brain cells here. I'm so not used to casting alone. Like in general casting, guys, you need to understand that I'm not that person who is casting. I'm casting once a year. And only for community nights, just because it's fun. And here we are, me casting alone because he wanted to call his dad. Wait, no, I'm dumb. It's spelled with an A. Yeah, it is. I thought you were joking. It is spelled with an A, and when it's spelled with an O, that means that someone is having some jokey time. Twice a year now, that's right. That's now twice a year. That's even twice a month, Cinti. This is something I really need to be shout out at. In the meantime, we're setting our lobby. And now we're going to the set number 4, is it? Set number 4, Demogorgon. Demogorgon is going to be on ERP, as I remember, as our resting place, because it's supposed to be seasonal balancing. So, yeah. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm pretty excited. I love Demogorgon sets, since I like the character in general. The killer is pretty something that I love watching. Do you think DBD is going downhill because of new MMR, or people are getting bored of it? I think that DBD is going downhill. Do I think that DBD is going downhill? I suppose I am. I also think that way. But it could be pretty much because behavior. Our developers do not really pay attention to somewhat important parts of our community. They're trying to make Bagu SSZ. They're trying to make the game suitable for everyone, for newcomers, for people who already were in game for 5 years now or 6 years now. But unfortunately, they do not see that with their actions, they are killing the wish of people who have been playing for a long time to completely play the game, because they're trying to make it good for everyone. They're trying to settle the standard that unfortunately they are not able to reach just yet. So when they will start paying attention to their community a little bit more, then we will be talking. In the meantime, oh, finally! Now you talk for 10 minutes. Behavior is not paying attention. Yeah, you're welcome. And we had no breaks, by the way.
Jesus, you are grinding. I mean, behavior is... I have to agree a little bit. I will consider this honest feedback. I think they are listening to the wrong part of the community. And in my opinion, have the wrong group of players in mind. Because the people that carry your game are the long-time players. Those players that have everything in your account. Those players that have played the events, have earned the exclusives, and we not only see by the balancing decision and the gameplay decisions that these players are not their main target, you also see that exclusive skins are now in the shop out of nowhere, or barbecue shirt of Kate, the barbecue hammer of Billy being handed out to everyone out of nowhere. After Prestige 100 you cannot level further, and there's no cosmetic behind Prestige 100 because they're saying we don't want anyone to feel left out. And why though? Because it's the people that are grinding to Prestige 100 that literally carry your game, and it's the people that grind to Prestige 100 that form the hardcore community that is playing your game every single day. So why would you not give something exclusive to exactly these people? And this is the problem, I feel like. And somehow I can understand it, because you want to drag more people into your game and you want to make sure that they are having a great stay. But I also think, like, if I imagine that I would start DBD now and I'm looking to more than 200 perks and totems and powers and add-ons, and out of nowhere the kill is undetectable, faster or broken or anything, I don't think it's a beginner-friendly game. So it's a little bit odd in that regard. On the other hand, we do have way back going into the first chase here with the Demogorgon, and looks like he's doing a good job so far. This is exactly what you would like to see against a weaker killer, against an M1 killer. A good first run, a longer first run, making sure that your survivor team can take a lot of progress into the generators. And Savannah just announcing her BRB in the background. Now it's my turn to yap 10 minutes. Well, no problem, ladies and gentlemen. Someone was asking, do you think what devs did to Dowsy was fair? I have no clue what happened with Dowsy, so I will not be able to give my opinion on it. Yeah, Little Crumpet, I agree, because that's also how, for example, Counter-Strike is doing it, right? Counter-Strike is listening to the esports players, and when the lower ranked community is saying this is overpowered, then the devs of Counter-Strike say, well, then learn how to play against it. Same in PUBG, Paladins, Overwatch. If you can't handle it, learn how to play against it. So, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, you're getting stuck with the fingernails or the demo nails on this little edge of the tile here, not being able to shred onto that survivor properly. Everyday Pizza being juiced a little bit here, going towards this next filler pallet. David throwing that, definitely taking much longer than you would hope for on the killer side, and unfortunately he's going on and not being able to down Everyday Pizza. Maybe you eat one pizza more to have the needed focus for this chase right here. This is not going to be a successful run. Unfortunate for David now, but Jesus, Maria, Moses, and everyone in the Bible. This was a long chase.
This was indeed a long chase, and now finally we're getting our second stage on way back. And now the only thing we need to do is the progress on the Gen. Unfortunately, we do not have a...
I think we lost Savannah. Yeah, I think we lost Savannah, ladies and gentlemen. She just wanted a short yapping, and now she's gone. I don't know what happened there. I server muted her so I can yap more. No, I didn't. I think the internet went out. So Wayback is on the second stage, 25 seconds away from the elimination. The survivor team needs to go for the rescue if they want to keep that survivor in the game. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't look like we have that pressure onto the hooked survivor. So it does seem like we are going into the 3v1 scenario. So Everyday, never mind. David now being safe. That was very important, Paul. Having the 4 survivors back in the trial is definitely something that you would like to see. We do see the reset here by Psycho coming out. Definitely understandable. The survivor that has been hooked 2 times during the trial is someone you want to keep alive, and you do that by making sure this survivor is staying healthy. A is being a little bit lost after taking that injury there, and cannot go for the greatest distance. 50-50 on the pallet. Somehow he's staying alive, even though if you're asking me, he dropped that pallet way too early and also vaulted a little bit too early, but he does stay successful with that, going on more and more of a run here. And the great news now for the survivor team is we actually have a fresh hook. That means, okay, David is around. That was really not what you wanted to show the Demogorgon, because now he knows where the survivor is that he needs for an elimination. But the good thing is now you are able to keep 4 survivors in the trial for much longer. And Savannah also rejoined now, so let's try again. Savanucci.
Yeah, this is a consistent problem of my PC. Unfortunately, I think that I'll crash again, since I'm somewhat on my mobile Wi-Fi right now, because my modem just went wild. So what is happening in the game? Let me see. Wayback is still in the game. Rewind is now being on the hook, and we are on 5 gens done. Look at this. The survivors are not playing around. They're being pretty much efficient, and I love seeing that. The escape here is almost done, and now the question is, will Survivor Will survivors know about the Noed in play, or will they not? And will they sacrifice the way back and rewind to get 2 men out of the door? Or will they go for a risky cleanse totem gameplay and try to save their survivors? And here we can already see the answer. The answer is no. No risky plays here, since our Noed is also located behind the hook of rewind. Somewhat next to the main building, so survivors wouldn't make it through. Survivors wouldn't make it. Wouldn't make it out. Just here. So we're getting 2 men out of the door. 6 stages it is.
What is this blood rain?
Yeah, 6 stages it is. 2 men out of the door. I think it's a biddable win con. The only question is how easy is it to beat the win con like this?
I absolutely agree. 6 stages is definitely rough, though, for the Demogorgon, and only 6 stages on 2 individual survivors, right? We have seen, or you didn't, because your internet was down, but in the mid-game we had a very, very devastating chase that took way too long. Without exaggerating, I think we were chasing one survivor for 2+ minutes. And that definitely costed the game right there. And then you were not able to eliminate David fully. Instead, you had to switch to Ace. That allowed the survivor team to keep all 4 survivors in the trial, having more pressure on the gens. So this was really the problem here. And if in this upcoming trial now, our Demogorgon will be a little bit more aggressive and will realize that the chase is taking too long, dropping it potentially, instead chasing someone off a generator and so on, I do think there is the key for success. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions about Season 9, playoffs, All Hallows League, the future of DBDL, the past of DBDL?
Oh well,
rules,
I don't think
anything.
they have, because while I was yapping, I was begging them to ask me questions, and I think I chose all questions out of them.
Then develop new ones, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, be creative.
Then we will juice more out of you. I guess we can just stay here and vibe and not go for a break. We can just, sit silent here.
There are questions.
Where? I don't see them. Don't see them.
Dyer, when do you re-upload?
Yeah, this is Mathis. This doesn't count.
I don't have Season 1 to 6. I don't have an archive in my basement.
Well, I do. But you will never find out where they are. Are there any other matches after this? Yes, there are. We're playing Demogorgon set right now, the second trial of Demogorgon set, and then we're going to Dead Dog Saloon, playing as Wraith. And then also join on Saturday and Sunday. There will be we will be showing you some pretty sick games, and we are more and more close to our grand final to see who will win our prize of $3K plus dollars. This will be very exciting.
Also going to be the last week, and Ray and me are casting in Season 9, because for the grand final we have some very special guests. One of them with 8 letters.
It's Reaction.
Unfortunately, it's not. This weekend is the last one we cast together. Unfortunate though, because Season 9 was so fun. It's so sad to see it coming to an end.
Wait, 8 letters. 8 letters. Is it odds? No, it's not.
Odds is 3.
Be. What 3?
I mean, Odstava is 8. Oh, Odstava is 8 letters? Oh,
yeah, it is 8.
Did we detect anything, guys?
Stop doing that to us. Hello, I love you, attorneys. Is there a place to find people looking to start playing together for maybe attorney team eventually? Yeah, sure. You need to already run to our Discord. There we'll have a channel named Looking for Team, and there you can find yourself a team and already start practicing. And then please welcome to our community nights. Also, I saw there was a question when DBDLeague is going to do a league for lower tier teams. Well, we are doing it right now. It's called community night. We are scouting for a little bit weaker team than we have in our top 10 segment. And here we're actually looking for some new participants. So here we are on IRPA once again as our resting place. We can see our corrupt somewhere next to the shack, and I feel like I start lagging a little bit. Nancy is here hiding out the corrupt, and I think it's pretty logical what survivors can do right now to not run into any quick first downs, just waiting out the corrupt. So our survivors team would need to have 3 survivors out of the door to have a win con, is that right?
We?
That means that they cannot have some quick downs. They need to have their chances as long as they can. Here, Nancy is already getting a first hit 40 seconds into the trial, so unfortunately, by now I do not see survivors having somewhat long chases.
And unfortunate for Feta Panda, this was a very, very fast down into the game. Very unfortunate to see that. Not how you want to start your game against the Demogorgon, especially when the win con is around the 6 stages mark, right? 7 stages for the Demogorgon on 3 survivors would be the win in this trial for the killer. So having the first hook stage so early into the game is an absolute luxury position. And the next injury is following right after. Error404's Demogorgon, not joking around here, making sure that Team Archon is under pressure immediately. A little bit of a back and forth here on this pallet, difficult 50-50 pallet, especially after being dropped. So far our survivor will stay the stronger one, and that is proven here as well. Now we are going to see the down. That's going to be hook stage number 2, so we are doing some significant progress, especially with 5 generators still on the line. 1 generator will come out in a second. The reset is being taken onto Feta Panda. Definitely understandable here. You don't want to take too much risk with injured survivors after what happened here in the early game. Demogorgon, though, finding Nova right after the reset, so they could either go for a trade or making sure that they are running back towards the main building, which ultimately drags another survivor onto the unhook, which results in time loss. I do think that Dr. Park is doing so many things right.
Indeed. I also can notice that on the main side of the map we also have some disgusting 3gen, I would say, for survivors, and maybe they would like to consider rotating somewhat to the top. Is it top? Is it top? It is. Top of the map, yeah? I always confuse bottom and top. This is my weak place. But I think they should consider going somewhat to the top of the map and trying to get those regions done there. Unfortunately, Feather, Panda, Lappe, something, is now getting down right here, but we do have a generator done by the main building. This is great. This is what I was talking about. We really needed those 3 gens to be gone, and now they're finally, at least 1 gen is finally out of the way. We have 2 gens somewhat shack side and 3 other gens on main side. Nova is also getting down here after dropping a jungle gen pallet, and Everyday Pizza is rotating to save our Nancy from her death sentence. The question remaining, what is Mr. Next Time doing? I really hope that they're sitting in the gen, since we really need our win condition, and they were sitting on the gen. In fact, they were in the shack and they successfully completed the gen. Unfortunately, the Panda is going down right here, and for the win condition of 3 survivors escaping, I really do not see this happening just yet.
I have to agree with you. We would need to basically play a survivor trial out of our minds now. We have 2 injured survivors that would need to be healed 100% because 1 hit is always possible. With the Demogorgon, you're caught off guard, you're in a difficult position, bloodlust, etc. You have 2 gens to do, and you have to take the outs. And basically every additional hook stage that is coming in now is already the tie condition. So it would actually be the win, because it would be 6 stages on 3 survivors. So yeah, you cannot hand out a single additional stage while completing 2 more gens and going out of the door. I mean, in our Swift with the DBDL staff, we would easily do that. I mean, we would already be out of the door with -4 stages. But,
wait. Oh no, wait. Should I actually tell the people how we accidentally versed Obi yesterday from the Team Calamity on our top warlord? Well, I will, because ladies and gentlemen, what happened yesterday? We were playing our pups in somewhat staff team. It was I believe it was the Rolog, me, Dire Wolf, and Sinister Fox. And we were playing puppy games, and we were, okay, don't hate us, but we had too many skull merchants in a row and too many blights in a row, and we were pretty desperate. So we decided to go and have some gen rush build time, and we versed Bubba. And when I saw Leatherface, I said, no, guys, we do not want to gen rush this little Bubba here. I like him so much. While I'm yapping, everyday pizza is going down, so that would mean that the additional stage is going towards our Demogorgon, which would, I believe, already set the tone of the win condition. Is that right? I think that would already mean that our Demogorgon wins this set. That means that our win is going to the team Error404.
Yeah, nice comeback from them after dropping 2 sets.
A very nice comeback. Yet I didn't finish my story. And we versed Bubba, and we didn't want to gen rush them, and we were playing pretty out of our minds, and still we died on 4 gens, not on 4 gens, on 2 gens. I think it was 3 or 4 gens done. It was. And then the Bubba killed us all with no mercy whatsoever. And then we realized that it was Obi from Team Calamity, and we promised him that Calamity will be out of DBDL tournaments forever. But of course it is just jokes. Ryoxium is in the chat. I hope you're still here. Hello Ray, hello Ryoxium. Really great to see you here. So well done by the team Error404. They're taking this set right here, which would be already 2-1 towards the team Archon. Now, the most interesting question is the set number 5, Wraith set. Do you think our community night today will end up with a tie, or will it be a clear win of a team Archon?
I hope it's going to be a tie, because some of our Scrim Nights actually ended up in a tie, in a 2-2, and one was a in a 2-2 and one was a tie. That's what I'm about to tell. So, and these tied sets that are making a tie between teams that tied up multiple tied sets, and overall make a tie between the teams that tied in a set that was a tie, is definitely a tie that is very nice because it's a tie. So to answer the question, it's a tie. And that's nice, because a tie is always a tie, and tight ties especially are so tie. But I love that, because since we are not playing around who's winning the community night really, and since we are trying to make sure
I tried to hang myself on the ceiling.
Okay, I got Mathis for that, it seems like. But yeah, it's I like when community nights are not having like a clear winner, and therefore Error404 now starting off the comeback basically. I would really love to see that. I think this is the best thing that can happen. I think that is the best thing that we could ask for Error404 as well. Making the experience, we have a tie at the beginning, then we lose 2 sets in a row. And then we have the power towards the end and especially on these mechanical killers, right? Demogorgon and Wraith are both killers where you cannot make a lot of mistakes on the survivor side, and on the killer side not as well. If you are sure that you are going into a chase, you want to make sure that you get the injury very soon or that you are going to take the down very soon. So Demogorgon and Wraith don't leave a lot of wiggle room for mistakes, and therefore making a comeback, especially on these two killers, would be a great message for Error404 to take away.
Right. I absolutely agree with you, and I'm pretty excited to see what is awaiting us in the set number 5 on Deck Dog Saloon, which will be our Wraith. So, I think the break is not needed anymore since it's just one set away. So yeah, I think let's chill, let's vibe a little bit. Chat, if you have any questions, please go ahead. You know that we sit here behind our monitors and waiting for you to ask us something and have a little bit of a chit chat talk. I hope you guys question pink bunny fang or green bunny fang. Green bunny fang. And I also hope that you all enjoy community nights as much as we do. Community nights is something that brought us together with our community once again. Usually we sit there on 10 minutes delay and we really cannot just chat with you and see what you're saying and react to chat in any sorts of way unless you're a Twitch moderator. So I think it is pretty important to keep moments like this so we guys can just open up and share information and have some closer interactions. I really hope that you like it. I really hope you enjoy it because we enjoy it for sure. And thanks to you and your support on community nights, we got our Twitch partnership just yesterday and it was amazing. And without you, nothing like that would be possible. So thank you every viewer that is here right now. Thank you every chatter that is always there to support us. This is something that I think we would never find a way to appreciate you as much as you deserve to be appreciated. That's for sure. Question: who is gonna win this season in DBDL staff opinion? In my opinion, Eternal is going to take that. Yet in my wish, I would want Elysium to take it. What about you?
+1.
+1. Yeah. So we think it's Eternal, but we would hope that would be Elysium. Mathis is not saying anything. His team already lost. I don't know, did you all see that last Elysium versus Eternal match? Did we? I think I did. I am so lost in our sets. I'm so lost in all of the games that happened, guys. You cannot believe it. I am not sure of this. I'm not sure if this new chatter, the first message, if it was just an insult and racism or someone's name is like that. So, I guess Direwolf didn't have time to think about it.
Clear. That was clear.
Was it?
No discussion about it. Topic switch.
Okay. We wanted Ariandel to make it to finals. Oh, how much we wanted! I was so sad when I heard that Ariandel lost their game versus Calamity. This was something that broke my little heart, and yeah, I wish Ariandel was still here and they could still show us some amazing plays that they had before. And genuinely having a Russian team is always something unpredictable. They always pull out something outstanding and mind-blowing, and thought-provoking that you can never tell what's going to happen next, especially with the Team Trauma, with all of their tags, etc. It was Trauma who lost. No, Trauma also lost, and Zero Practice lost, and Arianda lost. All of them lost. Now we are
I didn't lose.
with... You also lost. Now we are with Elysium, Eternal, and Calamity still standing, and we will find out how it will end up just in a week or two. So here we are on Dead Dog Saloon. Dr. Park is playing Wraith for the team Error. And Nova, Everyday Pizza, Todo, and Mr. Next Time is in their great form, playing as a survivor team for the team Archon. So, let's see how it's going to be. Let's see if it will be the tie of all of the games that we had today, of all of the sets, or Archon today will take a win of 3-1, a clear win, showcasing their team and telling this is us, this is what we can do.
It's always exciting to have the Wraith on the Dead Dog Saloon. A lot can happen. We have seen 4K on 4 gens standing when things are falling apart in the early game. We have seen so many body blocks being taken, smashing through it and leaving a Wraith with just a few stages. But To-Do is going down very early into the match in the corner behind the windmill, so a lot of distance to the active generators, but still a lot sooner than you would have wished for on the survivor side. Everyday Pizza, Nova, and Mr. Next Time will now make sure that they are splitting across the generators as fast as they can, getting the progress in, but I would assume that at least the survivor that is working on the Gallows area will be found next, and that's the case right here. Nova will also take attack onto the back, so we have an injured survivor, one survivor on the hook. We don't have that much gen progression yet. A third survivor will be needed to go for the unhook, and I'm not sure if Nova is making that. That's a down right next to the hooked survivor. A catastrophe of an early game right here. That is so much pressure for our Wraith. Only one survivor able to work on the gens right now. This is a horrible start on the Dead Dog Saloon.
This is a horrible start, especially when we already have one injured survivor, especially when we're still on 5 gens. Yet I would say that our survivors are... I think they understand what's going on, and I think they would right now go for reset if they were doing something logical. Here, I believe it will not be a Scourge anymore. It won't, because it's Todo's second hook. So here we'll go with the first gen and Kate. So our Everyday Pizza is right now on the second gen, which I think will not be interrupted by Dr. Park, because Dr. Park is right now a little bit busy with Nova in shock getting chased. Dr. Park is going back. Dr. Park, Park, Wraith. Okay, Wraith is now going and checking the gens around. I believe they're keeping their 3 gen for the end game. Survivors are doing a very logical and very good thing. They're trying to reset, yet the reset will not come in, since the survivor has to be saved from the hook. Otherwise, we will end up with 3 versus 1, which will be a tragic okay, wait. This Wraith look just had me rolling for a second. I don't know when they will fix this, but this is a new DLC. Please, everyone, buy our Wraith perspective. All right.
DBDL exclusive.
Yeah, DBDL exclusive. That would be a horrendous and tragic turns of event. If we would now have 3 versus 1, 3 gens remaining, that would mean that survivors would barely able to get at least 1 or 2 more gens. Nova is getting chased in the main building, and I don't think that they will make it somewhat even to the pallet. Right, they're getting down here in front of the main building, and I was expecting Todo to do something in terms of saving, yet it was pretty good that they didn't try to, since they are second hook, and we wouldn't want to have a person already being eliminated on a third 3 gens left. Yet, the caster curse is happening, and Toto is right here being sent to heaven or some other place. Entity is taking his body. This is very sad. A minute of silence for Toto, and we're continuing to see what's happening on Dark Dog Saloon today. Right now, right here.
Right here, right now, it's Mr. Next Time going to the next gen, going to the next pallet, going on the next street, looking at the next house, passing the next box, going to the next gen, crouching in the next bush, going for the next percentage, watching his next team member, watching the next mind game,
Okay,
the next vault, the next potential down, the next down survivor, the next hook stage, the next cloaking, the next not cloaking, the next pickup, the next carrying towards the hook, the next still walking towards the hook, the next 60% generator, the next progress being made, the next down on Mr. What happened there on Mr. Next Time? What?
What happened?
What happened here? What was this escalation? I just made fun of him and now he's downed. I think I murdered him. Maybe he had enough of my jokes and now he's laying on the floor. He was like, get me out of here! Referee, time, please. Yeah, 4K2, another... I mean, one thing we can definitely take as a summary from today, these killers... They don't have mercy on the survivors. We haven't had a lot of outs besides the Demogorgon set and a few, like, very selected trials. We were not seeing... Nursed, yeah, but on the other ones, there was Slaughterfest left and right. 4K2 definitely very rough here, but it suits, right? We were just talking about how Error404 is making a comeback, potentially taking this set here as well, pushing it into a 2-2 equal set win or set points, and this killer performance is perfectly fitting into that narrative. You have a 4K2, very impressive result, not allowing the other survivor team to go for a lot of wiggle room on the Alive Cat Saloon, so this is how you want to have it. Now the killer of Archon would need to have a 4K on 3 gens remaining. 4K2 would only be a tie. So essentially you need a 4K1 on Team Error404, and that means you can ignore 3 gen in your upcoming survivor trial. And ignoring a 3 gen on the Alive Cat Saloon is insane, because especially the Gallows area often spawns a difficult 3 gen that you have to work around. We don't see that here. This time it will not be a danger. You can completely ignore a 3 gen on the houses section or at the Gallows area and you can still pull the win. So I'm very positive for Error404 here. And we are entering the final break of the day, or the final downtime between trials. So last chance to ask your questions. With this link here, you can see the weekend schedule. Maybe you have some questions about this, about the playoffs. What did you always want to know about playoffs, DBDL, All Hallows League, Halloween tournament, staff team, rule committee, rules?
That raw HC, we need to stop with this Alive Cat Saloon shit.
How to become a caster? What do you mean Alive Cat Saloon shit?
How to become a caster? Who said that?
Just giving ideas for questions.
Well,
Wait, I have something to say.
Yeah.
Why did Adele cross the road to say hello from the other side? Why is this in my Instagram?
So, Direwolf is not with us any longer. I had to permanently ban him from this chat, from this caster booth. Hello? Don't laugh. I'm trying to make people believe. Direwolf is not here anymore. Unfortunately, he went to...
I can't, sorry.
Direwolf is in fact here. And I didn't even know how to get rid of them. I think Drolok might know. Sorry I couldn't hear him from NA West. I think everyone can hear him from everywhere. People from Africa would hear how he's laughing right now. Don't blame me, Dyer does the scheduling. Dyer indeed does the scheduling. And he always puts Reoctium on the sets where there is no spirit. And then he keeps spirit sets for himself just because he wants to be dominant caster of spirit sets. Just experience an earthquake. Hi Chad, what set have already been played? All sets have already been played. We're on the last trial of a Wraith set right now. Selfish, that's right. That's all about him. Imagine casting spirit. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to. I think I casted 2 games. Okay, you know what? Wait, can I do that? I cannot time out DBDLeague. Can you create like your own account? Why are you hiding behind DBDLeague account? Like,
because you would otherwise remove me for a good reason.
Are we getting another Dire comp match? Are we?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. You heard him. You heard.
Not tonight, but in the future.
In the future, maybe. You cannot ban the broadcaster. That's what I just figured, and that's what I do not like. So tomorrow is Friday, Cindy. Unfortunately, we cannot do anything on Friday, but and then Saturday, Sunday we have games. So maybe next Wednesday and Thursday we can talk about that. Never heard of Guy DBDLeague casting ever. Me neither. Viewers should be able to time out the broadcaster. Agreed. Is stream frozen? Yeah. Yes, it is. It is frozen. No, it's not frozen. It's
but it's pretty warm. So it's getting late. I'm getting tired, and that I'm doing this.
Last time I played against Dyer, I faked breaking Shack Pallet and he vaulted into me. I could see that. I know how Direwolf is gaming.
Pedro, I remember that. Pedro, I remember that. And I also remember what I said in voice. I was like, it was one of these moments where you know that when you vault now, you're going to be downed and it will be very stupid, but it's too late. Your brain has realized, don't vault, but you already pressed space on the keyboard, so you cannot undo it. And when I went down, it was silent and I was like, this didn't happen. I need a new identity. I remember this moment. It was so bad. Brain lag, yeah.
Yesterday when we played against Obi from Calamity, that was something that I regretted afterwards because I was playing so badly, and I then remember what I was doing and how embarrassing it was to go down in the places where I went down. And usually when I know who I'm, or not who I'm playing against, like I never know, it's not like I'm cheating. Okay, I'm just burying myself into the ground. If I would have known that we play against some competitive team member, I wouldn't have done what I've done. It was just embarrassing.
We got schlickbubbert, indeed.
No,
yeah.
No. It was so bad that I did not even want to remember about it. Camp BS Tunnel Slack GG Killer LOL game. Yeah, I guess. Hello, Brian. Welcome in. Obi said you all got flicked, Baba. Oh. We got shit on. That's what we got. And at the beginning when we saw him, I said, this is Baba, not Rush him. And then this happened. At least we'll know why if Obi gets banned from DBDL. Cindy, I recommend you to stop doing it. Because then everyone will know why you're getting banned. No, okay, Cindy is not getting banned. Is he able to switch team on DBDL during main season? Sure, but we'll add him to Eternal. Obi in Eternal. After flicking Baba at us. Okay, we're with the final trial of Wraith on Dead Dog Saloon. Everyday Pizza is once again playing on the killer. I did not see any other killer today that is playing for the team Archon but Everyday Pizza. And I remember how we versed Everyday Pizza in Publix, and we also get shit on, as always. But I get the hatch. He likes me. Okay, that's I'm just burying myself deeper and deeper into the ground. Direwolf, go ahead.
No, final trial and the chance for Error404 to make it into the tie. 2 set wins so far for Team Archon, 1 set point for 404. So you would really like to make sure that you're going for 4 generators here and then taking the win in the Wraith set. Unfortunately though, we just have 25 seconds on that first chase and already talk about the first down. We are very efficient when it comes to removing the totems though, so they are definitely a props to the survivor team taking care of the resources here. Ruin and Undying already removed from the trial. Everyday Pizza, after getting that basement hook, trying to scout a little bit around the generators, seeing if there's any survivor he can push off, and the answer is yes. Ace is over here in the gallows area, trying to go for a wide lunge around it with the speed boost that we get from uncloaking, but it will not be enough. Therefore, Ace making a little bit of distance, and that's important now. You need to find a little bit of a rebalance to that first down that came out pretty quickly, trying to block a little bit on the staircase here. That is fine as long as it doesn't extend the 10-second mark, but that's not the case right here. We do have Tab also taking a hit for the team member, so that was good coordination right there. Unfortunately though, Wei is now going down, so we instantly have a rehook in the second stage. But the 2 other survivors could work on the gens so far. Ace is back on this gen, will very likely take an injury as well. The answer is yes about that. And now Everyday Pizza has a few difficult decisions ahead. Do you really want to commit to these survivors? This one right here makes a lot of sense, but now after getting the pallets done here, you have to think about the survivor being slugged in the gallows area. You don't want to risk that there's an instant pickup, since you already had the chance to go for a basement hook right there. Therefore, it's understandable to return, but Wei made it into the shack pallet, so we might see a potential rescue coming out here, but our survivor will be caught out and injured.
Alright, that is pretty much valid what you're saying right now, and we can see how our survivor is being picked up here together with the stun on the shack pallet. The only question I have to you, are you on the live score sheet, or is it our producer doing live score sheet?
I'm not on the live score sheet. I'm lazy as hell.
Okay, our producer is officially the legend, because Guy is producing right now, and he is switching POVs to give you guys a more detailed input onto the game. And at the same time, he is doing a live score sheet, because I noticed that everything is ticked right before I'm going onto the live score sheet. So, big, enormous shout out to our legendary producer, Much Official Dorolog. He is great, and he's doing so much work and so much for DBDLeague, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, here we are. 4 gens left. Seiko is on the hook, and we already can see 2 hooks stages. I am not sure that I remember the win condition. The win condition would be 4
gens.
4 gens. Oy. So basically our Wraith has to kill everybody on 4K1.
No, yeah? 4K1 is already the win for the survivor team. 4K2 is tie.
4K2. Okay. Do you think they're gonna? Yeah, and you actually did. I was taking my precious time to reconsider my casting decisions. Yeah. Okay. Do you think they're going to get it? Because
yes.
Yeah. So do I. But then that would mean that it would be a tie for the entire game tonight. That would be a win for Error404, and that would be 2-2. And this is incredible. I don't think I have ever seen us having a tie of 2-2, have I? I think there was a tie, but yeah, we had one. I think it was Valentine's Unoya, was it?
Mm-hmm. I really think it was also 2-2, and we played an additional trial.
Yeah, that's what I think. Do you think we could play an additional tie here also? Because I really like how our survivors are playing. I really like how they are going through these difficulties. They are trying to do go to the win con. Our killer is doing everything he can to eliminate the cycle from here. So the survivors have a rough time. Let's say a rough time of completing 2 more generators. 1 more and it will be the tie. 1 more gen and the tie is set. So basically, if survivors pop 1 more gen, then maybe we can hope for 1 more. Why?
If they tie, then it would be a 2-1 for Archon overall. They need to win this set point to have a 2-2 overall, so they need generator number 4.
Okay. My brain is pretty much
I'm already thinking about what killer, though, when we go for a tiebreak, and I vote for a good old suffocation pit Evan.
No, it's 9:30 p.m. and I'm not going to cast Evan. Okay, I think that it would be fair to go to Billy again, because we also had Billy tied. So true. I think we would go to Billy and we would see. No, Evan. No, Evan. I disagree. No.
Uber tiebreaker. Someone is saying Baba.
What? Baba is a tiebreaker. The Anubis Reborn. Would you trust a person with the name Anubis Reborn? I wouldn't.
If they suggest Baba, I will. But our survivor team needs to get 2 more gens first, and we said 2 minutes ago we are confident in them getting that. Unfortunately, that has flipped a little bit, and I don't feel so confident and positive in it.
Yeah, it does. It did flip a little bit. Jeffy is right now on the last hook, and if Jeffy now is getting eliminated, I don't think our survivor in that good position after all anymore, and we wouldn't have another time. Revine is here on the gen, but way back is getting slugged, and Jeffy is now picked up from the locker and eliminated. So it's 2 survivors standing, and we need to get 2 more gens. This does not sound right and good for survivor team after all. And here we are. Revine is. Revine was found, and the gen was kicked. So now they do not get this tie condition, and we were already hoping for our Billy set after all, yet no. This is not gonna happen unless survivors are bringing up the miracle, and they did not, unfortunately. I clearly saw how survivors are getting it, yet I wasn't wrong, and it is very sad to see. For one team, for the second team, we can only say GG, well played. It will be 3-1 to the Team Archon. Team Archon played very well. Everyday Pizza is a pretty pressuring and good killer. Love seeing that. Absolutely. Error404 were fighting. They were fighting like tigers, like lions. They were roaring and showing their teeth off. Yet it was unfortunately not enough against Everyday Pizza gamer. So here we are, 3-1.
While you mentioned lion there, do you know what happens to people when they have a heart of a lion? They get a lifetime ban from the zoo.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is all for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
I don't get Schinken. People are banning me from Schinken.
You're not supposed to be worried about people banning you for Schinken. You're supposed to be worried about me banning you.
Oh, I am. I will not leave this caster booth until it's safe. Wait, we have a meeting later. Damn!
We have a meeting later?
We have a meeting later, yeah. In 1 hour. And this meeting is going to be very exciting for the future of competitive DBD, but just like the grand final casters, we cannot talk about it. So stay teased, everyone. Thank you so much for Archon and Error404 having shown us a very nice best of 5 tonight. It takes a lot to walk out on the DBDLeague stage. Everyone can grind in the background, everyone can post in the Scrim server, everyone can play and practice for themselves. But walking out on the DBDL stage in the community night in front of 400, 500 people, getting judged by everyone, getting judged by 2 casters that are analyzing you. So thank you so much for doing that. It was a very entertaining one. Big congrats to Archon taking 3 set points tonight, definitely showing off their potential. The same for Error404 though. I think it's fair to say that we can break it down to a few mechanical things. Sometimes they were a little bit slow or taking a little bit too much altruism and too much risk, but there was nothing that where we say ultimately, yeah, there are issues that we really identify throughout the gameplay. So both teams played really, really well. Someone who also did really, really well tonight was Savannah, casting once more on the community night, saving the day. Thank you so much for being here.
Yay, thank you so much for having me here as a caster. It was a big pleasure, and it was somewhat a practice casting the entire nurse trial without you. I really loved that. We were free from your jokes. I want to say thank you to the teams, Archon and Error404. They were very fast in setting up. It was incredible. It was very, very nice. Also, I would like to mention that we have our DBDLeague community night document. It's a doc Google spreadsheet, and it is located on our Discord. Our Discord link will be dropped right here. You can join our Discord. You can sign up your team for our community nights, and if you have experience, if you have played on other leagues before, if your team is not somewhat new and you're confident about your performance, then please, we welcome you here on our community night stage. Right now we have 30 plus sign-ups from 30 different teams, and unfortunately we cannot take everyone in, but we always glad to see strong teams playing for us on our stage, on our channel. So I think that is it for today, and
Yep.
I really enjoyed being here, and thank you so guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you once again to Rollock for being here with us, taking care of live score shit, producing the games. Big shout out. It was incredible. It was a nice evening, and I'm really excited to have more in the future. For example, next week. So if you don't have anything to say, then I think we are already good to wrap it up.